Okay, so homework book chapter 7 ratio practice 4. We starting to solve our word problems. So problem number 1. A worker paved a shopping center floor with gray and blue tiles in the ratio of 4:5, right? So the guy covered the floor with different colored tiles, gray and blue. Okay, and the ratio between them is 4:5. They ask us two questions. If he used 60 gray tiles, how many blue tiles did he use? If he used 540 tiles altogether, how many gray tiles did he use? All right, so very simple. At first, A, right? We have gray tiles and we have blue tiles, right? And our ratio is 4:5, right? Now they tell us he used 60 gray tiles. If he used 60 gray tiles. Well, if he used 60, how do we go from 4 to 60, right? We need to multiply by 15, times 15, right? And so what's gonna be here then, right? We also need to multiply by 15. So 5 times 15 is gonna be 75. 75. All right, so that's your answer. He used 75 blue tiles. Right. Next one, B. They tell us the total ones. So total units. Total units. Well, our ratio is 4:5. Our ratio is 4:5, right? So total units is 4 plus 5, right? Total units is 9. Total units 4 plus 5, 9 units. 9 units. So if he used 500 tiles altogether, 540 divided by 9, we're gonna have 1 unit, right? How many gray tiles? Gray tiles is 4 units. So times 4, 240. That's your answer. He used 240 gray tiles. Gray tiles. Okay, next problem. At a certain time of the day, 5 meters pole casts a 3 meters shadow. Here is this pole, and here is the shadow, right? Over here. Okay, and they ask us a couple of questions. The shadow of a building beside the pole is 18 meters long, right? So how tall is the building, and how long will the shadow of a 45 meters building be? Well, very simple, right? We have, so A, we have our pole and we have our shadow, right? So our pole to shadow ratio is 5:3. 5 meters pole casts a 3 meters shadow. Our ratio is 5:3. 5:3. Okay? So since it's the same time of the day, the ratio is the same, right? For the building. So we do it for the building and the shadow. The ratio is completely the same, 5:3. Same time, same day, building standing next to the pole, right? But now we know that the shadow of the building beside the pole is 18 meters long. 18 meters. The shadow is 18, so we need to know how tall is the building. How do we go from 3 to 18? We need to multiply by 6, right? So we multiply this by 6 too, right? And 5 times 6, 30 meters, right? That's it. So for our B, we need to find the same thing, right? But now we go from the building. We have the building and we have the shadow. Ratio is the same, 5:3, right? But now they tell us that our building is 45 meters tall. 45 meters. So how much? How will we go from 5 to 45? Multiply by 9, right? So 3 times 9 is what? 27 meters. This is gonna be our shadow. All right. Okay, next problem. Divide $600 between Joe and Patty in the ratio of 1:2, 1:3, 1:5. Very simple. So A, you just need to find total units. Right, so there are 3 units. So one and 2 is 3 units, right? Total. So So 3 units is $600. One unit is $600 divided by 3, which is $200, right? So 2 units, $200 times 2, right? It's gonna be $400. So Joy gets 200, and Patty gets $400. Okay. B, same thing. Total units 1 plus 3 is 4. So 4 units. 4 units is 600. So like I'm gonna like kind of this means hence, right? 4 units. So 1 unit. Well, okay, let's just write it as a table. 1 unit is 600 divided by 4, right? And it's gonna be 150. I just wrote it as a fraction, but you can write it as division, right? That's fine. Next, 3 units. 3 units gonna be what? 150 times 3, $450, right? So Joy, I'm gonna write here. Joy gets 150, and Patty gets 450. Okay. Lastly, here C is 1 to 5. 1 to 5, 6 units. 6 units, $600. 1 unit is $100. Okay, and 5 units is $500. 5 units, $500. Okay, so Joy is $100, and Patty is $500. That's it. Problem number 4. The ratio of the length of the rectangle to its breadth is 5 to 3. The breadth is 24. The ratio of the area of this rectangle to the area of a square is 12 to 5. Find the area of the square. So easy. So you have your rectangle, right, and you have your square, right? So first we think about the rectangle. The breadth. So the length is 5 to 3, right? So length to breadth. I mean, it's not the value, or it's just the ratio, right? Ratio is 5 to 3, but the actual breadth is 24, right? So how do we get from 3 to 24? We need to multiply by 8, right? We don't know what is this, so 5 times 8 is 40. What is it, centimeter, right? But we don't write centimeter in the ratio. So 40 to 24. Okay, and we find our area. So area of the rectangle, length is 40, breadth is 24. Area of the rectangle, is what? 40 times 24, right? Is 960 centimeters, square centimeters. All right. Now we think about this ratio, square to rectangle, right? We have a rectangle, we have our square. The ratio is 12 to 5. So rectangle is 960, and the square is, no, we don't know, right? We need to calculate. All right. So this is actually how you can do it. You can do it 900 times 5 divided by 12, right? 960 times 5 divided by 12. It is called a cross rule. When you have this kind of proportion, like this kind of two ratios, right? You can multiply it like this, and you divide for this number. Again, if you have a proportion, when you have one ratio and you have another ratio but you don't know this one, you can multiply these two numbers. It's called a cross rule because you're kind of forming a cross like this, right? So you're multiplying these two numbers and you divide by this number. Okay. Okay, so this is your area of square, right? 960 times 5 divided by 12 is 400 centimeters. 400 square centimeters. And that's your answer. All right. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, the ratio of Sarah's age to Aileen's age is 4 to 5. This year, 3 years ago, Aileen was 12 years old. Find the ratio of Sarah's age to Aileen's age in 9 years' time. All right, so you have two girls, Sarah and Aileen, and their ages, right? Numbers. Sarah's age and Aileen's age. Aileen's age. Right, so right now the ratio is 4 to 5. 4 to 5. Okay, so they tell us 3 years ago Aileen was 12 years old. Well, she was 12 years old, and 3 years ago, right now she's 15. So right now she's 15. What is this age, right? What is Sarah's age now? So how we go from 5 to 15, we go multiply by 3, right? So this is also times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12, right? So right now, Sarah is 12, Aileen is 15. All right, that's it. And then we need to know ratio. We need to know ratio in 9 years time. 9 years time. Okay, same thing. So what is it? Sarah's age and Aileen's age. Right? Aileen's age. Now the ratio will be, she's 12 now. After 9 years, she will be 12 plus 9. It will be the ratio. Now Aileen is 15. In 9 years, she will be 15 plus 9, which is 21 to 24, basically. Right? 21 to 24, how can you simplify this? You just divide both parts by 3, right? So 24 will be 8 and 21 will be 7. And that's your ratio, all right? Your answer will be, the ratio of Sarah's age to Aileen's age in 9 years' time is 7 to 8. All right? The ratio of Sarah's age to Aileen's age will be 7 to 8. All right. Next problem. A dog starts chasing a cat when they're 12 meters apart. For every 7 meters that the dog runs, the cat runs 4 meters. How far does the dog have to run to catch up with the cat? Wow, that's a cruel problem. Right? So, okay, imagine, right, you're like, what is it? Dog, right, running after cat. Well, that's an ugly picture, right? But it will help you to understand like what's going on. Maybe not. So it starts to chase when they're 12 meters, right? We need to make a ratio between distance the dog runs and distance the cat runs, right? So distance dog runs, and distance cat runs. Okay, so distance is 7 to 4, right? For every 7 meters that dog runs, the cat runs only 4 meters. Okay, so what is the difference between like 7 and 4? Like for every 7 meters the dog will run forward, right? Or a cat will run 4. So the dog will win kind of only 3 meters, right? 3 meters. But the distance between them is 12. So 12 divided by 3 meters, it means 4 times, right? 4 kind of distances the dog has to run. Okay? So actually, if the dog runs 7 times, so 4 times 7 meters, right? 28 meters. This is the dog has to run. The dog has to run 28 meters. All right, a little confusing, but please try to follow. So the distance dog runs is 7. For every 7 meters that dog runs, cat will still run away 4 meters, right? Here. So the distance that dog will win every time is 3 meters. This is the dog's, like, distance dog wins. For every 7 meters that it runs, it wins 3 meters to catch up, right? Because right now the distance between them is 12. He will need to cover 4 times this distance. 4 times 7 he needs to cover to catch up, because he will win 4 times. He needs to win 3 meters. He needs to win 3 meters 4 times, okay, in order to cover this 12 meters distance. And for that, he needs to run 4 times. He needs to run 7 meters, okay, and this will be 28 in total. All right. Okay, this is a long practice. I'm gonna break it into parts. So this will be the part 1. I'm gonna finish here, continue with the next video.